learn like a pro.
You know that feeling, right? You measure something twice, you get two different answers. It's super frustrating. Whether you're trying to build a bookshelf or doing a serious experiment, getting a truly accurate measurement can be a huge challenge. Well, today, we're going to dive into this guide and turn all that frustration into absolute rock-solid precision. So, here's our game plan. We're going to go on a little journey, from apprentice to master. We'll start with what precision even is. Then we'll look at the tools of the trade, dissect the common errors that trip people up, learn a simple protocol to beat them, and wrap it all up with the ultimate cheat sheet, the master matrix.
Okay, first things first. Before we can get precise, we need to be on the same page about what we're actually doing. You know, what is length, and what does precision really mean? It's all about building a strong foundation.
At its heart, it's actually really simple. Length is just the distance between 2 points, point A to point B. That's it. And the standard unit we all agree to use is the meter. Everything we're going to talk about today builds on this one simple idea.
Now, this is where it gets interesting. Precision isn't just some vague idea about being careful. No, it's a hard number. It is the smallest possible division a tool can measure. So if you look at that ruler, the tiniest marks are 1 millimeter apart. Boom, its precision is 1 millimeter. And it's really important we don't mix this up with accuracy. Accuracy is how close you get to the real value. Precision is all about how repeatable your measurement is. You can't be accurate without being precise, but you can have a precise tool that's consistently wrong if it isn't calibrated.
So now that we've got our definition straight, let's open up the toolkit. Because here's the secret. There's no single magic tool for everything. It's all about knowing which tool to grab for the job you're doing.
And this just lays it all out perfectly. You can see we've got this whole spectrum of tools. Over on the left, you've got your big macro tools, like a tape measure for measuring a room. And on the far right, you get all the way down to a micrometer for something as tiny as a single hair. You wouldn't use a tape measure for a hair, right? It's all about matching the tool to the scale of the object.
So on the big end of the scale, we have the classics. Measuring tapes are your go-to for anything up to a few meters. You'll want a steel tape for straight lines, like a floor, but a flexible cloth tape if you're measuring something with curves. And of course, the good old meter rule is perfect for things like a desk or a book.
All right, let's zoom in a bit, into the precision range. Digital calipers. These things are amazing. They're super versatile for anything up to about 15 centimeters. You've got the big jaws on the outside for measuring width, the small jaws on the inside for the diameter of a hole, and then there's a little tail that slides out the end to measure depth. It's like having 3 tools in one.
Now, when we need to get really small, and I mean really precise, we break out the micrometer screw gauge. This is what you'd use to measure the diameter of a single wire. It holds the object snugly, and check this out. It has a ratchet that clicks. That little click tells you you've applied just the right amount of pressure so you're not crushing the object and messing up your reading. It's brilliant.
Okay, so what if you have to measure something that's actually smaller than the smallest mark on your tool? Like, say, a single sheet of paper. Well, here's a super clever trick. Measure in bulk. Just get a stack of, say, 100 sheets. Measure the whole stack, that's easy. Then you just divide that number by 100. And there you have it, a pretty great estimate for the thickness of one single sheet.
All right, we've got the tools, we've got the techniques, but there are these hidden dangers, these little errors just waiting to sabotage all our hard work. So let's drag them out into the light so we know exactly how to beat them.
This one is probably the most common error in the book, the parallax error. Just look at the drawing. If you look at a ruler from an angle, the little line looks like it's in a different spot. It's a trick of perspective. So the fix is simple but absolutely crucial. Always, always look straight down, so your eye is perfectly perpendicular to the mark you're reading. So what do you do when the end of your ruler is all chipped and worn down? That's called an end error. The fix is so easy. Just don't start at 0. Start at another clear mark, maybe the 5.2 centimeter mark like you see here. Then you just measure to the end point, which is 7.3, and do a little subtraction. Simple as that.
Now, a 0 error is a little sneakier. This is when a precision tool, like these calipers, doesn't actually read 0 when it's totally closed. Take a look at the one on the left. See how the 0 on the bottom scale is past the 0 on the top scale? That's a positive error, and it's going to make all your measurements a little too big. Now look right. Here, the 0 mark hasn't even reached the top 0 yet. That's a negative error, and it'll make every measurement seem smaller than it really is. You've got to know which one you're dealing with to fix it.
So, we've met the bad guys, parallax, end, and zero errors. Now, it's time to arm ourselves with a simple but incredibly powerful protocol to take them down every single time.
And here it is, the three-step protocol. It's so easy. Step 1, offset. Just like we saw, start your measurement from a clean mark that isn't 0. Step 2, subtract. Do the quick math to find the real length. And step 3, average. This is the secret weapon. Take a few different measurements and find the average. It's the best way to cancel out any random little mistakes and get you incredibly close to the true value.
We've come a long way, from the most basic ideas to some pretty advanced techniques. So now it's time to put it all together in one place. This is your ultimate guide for every measurement you'll ever need to make.
And here it is, the Length Measurement Master Matrix. Seriously, this table is everything. It tells you which tool to use, what its measurement range is, how precise it is, and what it's best for. Need to measure a table? Grab the meter rule. Need the diameter of a tiny wire? That's a job for the micrometer. Everything we just learned all summed up right at your fingertips.
So, think back to where we started, with the frustration of getting different answers every time. But now you have a complete system. You've got the right tools, you know the errors to look for, and you have a protocol for success. You are ready. The only question is, what's the first thing you're going to go measure?